through there, you can obviously include your audio when you are ready. Sorted. So, just waiting for everyone to finish reading up now. Oh yeah, of course. Obviously we will just wait for a little bit. So I've literally just been doing tier 2, so now I've got tier 1 to do. So that will be fun.
You weren't you just before?
Yeah, with Kopi.
How did that go?
Alright, to be fair, it was very entertaining. The tier 2 race was really, really fun.
So I got a few names that were quite familiar to you.
Oh, I know, yeah, to be fair. Obviously, a lot of them are BBC drivers, which obviously be quite good. Obviously, Rage, Meatball, Eli, Jacob, Tim Paul, the tons. Literally, I think 90% of them are either BRT/BBC drivers. So it should be quite fun. So, who we're waiting for now then? Obviously, there's 18 drivers who both Alfa Romeos. Yeah, that's it, just both Alfa Romeos. Eli's got to be racing for tier 1.
Yeah, Imola will be.
Oh, that honestly, right. Eli, Jobbo, who else? Eli, Jobbo, Pines. That's gonna be that's some dedication there. Literally just coming off a race in Imola, then coming on to do another. That's some effort right there. I could not do that.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
That's like 4 hours of racing. So we'll see when everyone is going to be readying up.
Yeah, I'm going to call the ready.
Obviously, how many things? Oh, is it just arrows on PC? Yeah, it's just arrows on PC. So
Yeah, just that rose.
Rage is not looking best, not quite happy, saying his PB doesn't even beat tier 2 pole. As we are now
I've just seen
loading
that in the chat. Been a while since I've commentated an IFC race, so I'm looking forward to this.
So obviously, Kiwi is also saying he's not very good here. So, could be quite...
Kiwi's not very good anywhere, is he, though?
Yeah, to be fair, Kiwi is absolutely washed. As an owner, as an admin, as a partner, as everything, even as a racer, Kiwi just doesn't have that anything really. Personally, I think Jim's better, and Jim's absolutely awful. So take that, Kiwi. Absolutely.
Jim's cooking channel.
Jim's cooking channel is legendary.
You weren't legendary in my DMs last night, that's for sure.
So yeah, obviously Jim didn't do very good racing last night, as he's also washed. Aiden is having to sort everything out, even though he's on holiday. So, oh, and we've got wet Imola, so we had no weather changes whatsoever in Tier 2. It was just sunny all round. So, obviously, a wet qualifying should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I feel so much better in the wet on this game, so I was hoping yesterday's race would have been wet, obviously. It didn't quite go to plan, but
As we see Nikki go out, I think it was. Yep, Nikki's going to be the first person out. We'll soon find out what the weather forecast for the racing that will be as well. I currently cannot find out. So, as Nikki is just on his outlap, I will sort out my volume because I currently cannot hear anything. There we go. I can hear again.
I need to turn my right display on.
Oh yeah.
Didn't have the lap times loaded up in the top corner, and I didn't have my map on in the bottom corner, so that was a good start.
Yep. So everything's on. They're all on intermediates. No one is going to time for anything funny. Thank God for that.
Hitman's not very happy. He said, "Why is it always raining in this?"
Yes. Doesn't look to be having too much fun in the wet. As Nikki is going to be the first person to set us out. I've been told it's rain looking to go into dry, so it said should be into from the start of the race as it looks to dry out. So should be some fun strategies coming into play then for this race.
And obviously Nicky is going to be the first one to start a lap, and going to be the first one by quite a mile, to be fair. So
yep. So obviously, as everyone else is coming out for their out laps, he's literally half a lap ahead of everyone else so far. Very quick as he comes straight through the start finish straight to sort his first sector out, putting a banker lap for IFC round 2 tier 1. He takes that chicane quite well. He'll ride on board with the halo. He comes through, takes it very nicely, not too much curve. 27 dead the first sector. Obviously, not too sure how good that will be. Oh yeah, right, okay. Oh yeah, Brian's in the Mercedes, isn't it? Nicky's had a few snaps so far, a few little worrying signs.
Brian, to be fair, we had a massive one then.
He's at 56.93. So that's obviously for the second sector. He comes round 2 corners to go. 2 little left-handers, takes enough curve there, keeps it in the track limits.
See what he does. 27.6 is sector 1, so that race is still low.
As Nicky comes through now, final corner. It's the pole of 124.8. We'll see what Brian does. Yep, he's set a purple sector 2, Brian, now so far. As there is, Callum has DNF'd already. So obviously not very good there. That is
very nice exit on the corner for Brian. And Brian
then goes fastest,
4:10.
4.4. Arrows is the next one, I think. No, he's not. Arrows is on a lap. Yeah. Kiwi splits them too. 24.5 as Pines looks to be the last one on a lap now, unless I am being stupid. Sets a 1:24.7, so we go P3 there. Arrow sets a 1:26.2. As Rage has what's it called, invalidated. And Matty looks to be the next one over to set a lap.
Yeah, I've switched over
GMG Matty
there.
in the Haas. 24 dead pretty much. As Carty at 24.1.
Big large about it. Hitman is as well. So, damage actually setting on that. I'm not sure if he's the next one across. I think it might well be. So, let's see what Demo Dan can do as he comes around the final corner in the McLaren. And he goes in.
So, into the pits already. I think Mint Elephant is the next one. As Brian set to 23.6. Sorry for not showing that, Brian. I think he goes 8/10 faster. It looks like either the track's getting a bit warmer or people are getting used to the limits more like. As we look at Mint Elephant now, going
That's
through
it.
takes the chicane quite nice.
I think Mint Elephant had a good result last week, to be fair as well.
He did, I think he got P5, I'm pretty sure. I'm right. Through.
And Mint said he was going to struggle with tier 1.
He had a bad
So
qualifying,
we
but
got
he really bossed the strategy.
We got P6 last week. So the current standing
24.4, so that's P5. Matty sets to 23.3. Or 23.4, dead, near enough. As Eli is now on another lap.
The current standings in tier 1, and Imola did it.
Yeah.
So Carty is currently leading the championship on 25 points. Then you have Minbel in second, Ryan in third, Hitman in fourth, Aiden, who is a reserve, in fifth, Mint Elephant in sixth, Keely seventh, Arrows eighth, Magician, who's not here with us tonight, and then Matty is currently P10 in the standings, that's looking at a single point.
Arrows is currently 4/10 on his time. That is a yellow flag in sector 3.
Right,
Rage has spawned and died. So that's obviously sector 1. Sector 2, sorry. I currently don't know anything. And Arrows into the pits. So Jobo thought, nah, can't be ours. Thought, I'll do this another day. As Pines goes over, let's say 124.2, 4/10 on his time, putting P5. Carty is going to be starting his lap in a couple of seconds. Same for Matty. As we look, and no one else is actually on a lap really. Oh, never mind, Meatball is even validated, never mind. An Elephant looks to be starting a lap in a minute. Now. So we'll ride on board with Carty. He looks to be starting his lap now. We had a few cases of that last year actually. Having to keep inviting him back and stuff. So obviously we'll see Carty now. Can he do anything decent as he comes to the end of his sector 1? He's 5/10 down on his time, so he'll probably be backing off unless he's going round and sort a new lap out.
So Rage's screen went black on.
Yep, so Carty's just one going out again to sort of get rid of his DRS and start a lap. As we see Mint Elephant coming round, he's... Do not think this is a valid lap, it might be actually.
Quite surprising, it's absolutely hammering it down still with rain. And Arrows is in the pits and has pre-selected the softs.
Has it?
He's gone back to the inters now, so...
See Mint Elephant.
That's what I'm more we demo down next so that. Currently set at 26.6 in sector 1. Has a slight switch there. Who's crispy?
Oh, Mint Elephant nearly loses it. So we'll lose a lot of time there. It's a really poor exit. It does go P5. 1-ups Pines. So, like I said, we'll run about with demo damage to say, so obviously people can see. As he... It's a 55.9 so far for sector 2. I think that's almost a second down, if I'm right.
Imola is someone who actually raced in his first season in IFC.
Oh yeah.
He was originally a tier 3 driver. Very, very quickly he made his way up to tier 1.
Yeah.
And started showing his free pace really. He had one race in season 1, not season 1, it must have been season 3 I think it was 2 seasons ago. Demo Dan was a tier 3 driver at the start of the season. And got up to tier 3 quite quickly, then went and won the tier 2 championship.
Yeah.
And then he also was putting cars around. I think that might well have been a star, I think. So, Demidan has got a lot of skill there with these guys, so it'll be nice to see what he can do.
Sorry to interrupt there. But Carter's at 22.8, Nicky sets a 23.5. So obviously that is the 2 Ferraris of 1-3 so far. Split in the middle by Matty. So obviously Demo Dan is now pushed down to 5th. Brian is going to be setting a lap in a minute, I'm pretty sure, unless he's run out of fuel. No idea what he's doing there. I would just let one of them go through. So Kiwi is 5 tenths up on his time. Let's see what Kiwi does. Obviously the world's most watched driver.
Quite strong to be fair this season.
Yeah, sadly. I'm not enjoying it. As we see where he comes now. Looks like the track is really drying up. As he sets a 23.3, the track must be, because there is no way Kiwi should be on the front row. That should never be happening. As we see Joe again now.
6 tenths up for Joe.
Joe literally hasn't gone on to at the exact same time. You that's such good time. As he comes through now, let's see where he's going. Last 2 corners.
You see, Joe is a driver that myself and Tango drafted in tier 1, so myself and Tango personally are going to be hoping for a good result for him.
Oh, of course. 18 overhead, 7.5 seconds of his time. Nicky wanting to improve now. As we look, as Mint Elephant is 8 tenths up on his time. That puts him around P4 so far. You see what he does here. Mint Elephant could maybe go P3, and he does go P3, 9 tenths up on his time. Jumbo's left the game, because again he thought, I can't be bothered anymore, I'll give it up.
He was half a second up.
Just watching Hitman now. As he comes through.
Eli, I want to step back.
Eli? Has he gone through? Has he spun? Oh, he spun. What that is beautiful. Yeah. That is amazing to see. As we see Hitman coming through now. Final few corners. He looks to be getting a 124 with that time. Pretty sure, maybe less. Obviously he hasn't actually set a time yet. We'll soon find out. 120. As you see, he's yet to come home. BRT Meatball, 5 tenths up on his time. That should put him around 24 dead, but obviously there's a lot of traction to go on. Meatball loses it. There's a big spin there, and that's going to cost him at least about 6 tenths of time right there. As Joey's down by 6 tenths. BRT Jacob is coming over. See what he can do. It's alright, and Jacob has spun. Lost his, well, I'd say spun, he snapped quite bad. Again, we'll lose a lot of time there. Well, Matty has set a purple pit to 2. But Matty is in the hash. He wants him to really improve on his time. See where he can go. Come around the final corner. It's a nice little exit there. See, oh, and he's into the pit. So I think a lot of them are wondering, because it has stopped raining, whether they can go onto the softs. So a lot of them are staying to the pits until then, to see what they can do. As Nicky is slowly coming out, as he's letting, I think that was Joe that got through. Joe hasn't validated though. As we read on by the times, Hines is apparently 1.2 seconds up on his time. Now, if that is true, that could be mad, but I don't think that is true. And you see, go around now. So actually, yeah, he's a second down. That was a little glitch there. See where Meatball is. Meatball's saving 10th down. So Carsey is on an outlet.
Nicky's just started a lap, I think.
Nicky is coming on starting now. So we're right on board with him. I think he's the first person to be going to the second lap.
He's getting the top off.
He's getting a toe off a random driving. That was Aston Martin right there.
So that must be Mint Elephant or Meatball.
I think it would have been Meatball. Mint Elephant is in the pits.
Yeah, it must be Meatball then.
He comes round now. We'll see what he does here. He goes really wide there. He doesn't get out of track limits there. I was very, very surprised. Obviously, he's just under a tenth up on his time. Not if that's his first sector, but he's currently P2, so we'll see how he does. He can overtake the legend, the god that is Carsey. Let's see what he can do.
Let's see what he's looking into to do, shall we?
He's doing quite well here. Looks about 7 tenths up, I think. Might be wrong, only 1 tenth up, but that's still puts him very close, and he validates it right there. Cuts the white line right there, so he will not be happy. As Carsey, we'll see how he does here for his first sector. There's a lot of traffic up ahead of him, so we're going to have to wait. As Hitman has retired. We'll see what Carsey does. Carsey's a 10th on his time. Carsey's currently the fastest man on the track, and he's up on his time as well. So looking very difficult for anyone to even come close to him right now.
So got a little bit of time there. I mean, we're only going to go at the moment, but if he could have just gone a little bit more, could potentially see himself overtake Hitman.
Of course, as he sets a fastest sector to Carsey. Carsey's 5 tenths up on his time. So Carsey looking at the low 122s right here. As Pine sets a fastest 122.2, clearly drying up quite a lot right now. Yes, the track is really drying up.
He's now a full sector up to Garrett. He could have, to be fair, could be damaged and maybe gone as well.
Carsey sets a 22.05. Quickly goes fastest. Wonder if Pines will be trying to set a lap again. We'll certainly see now. Nope, so Pines is a second, 1.8 seconds down, so that is Pines qualifying done. Will that be the same for Carsey? Probably, as he has no ERS. It all depends how quick his track is drying up, as qualifying is now over. If you haven't set a lap, you are done. Carsey's a 10th up on his time again. So Joe is 0.2 tenths up on his time, 2.5 tenths up on his time, sorry. Nicky is up, Meatball's finished, cannot go any higher than P4. Nicky cannot go any higher than P2. Right on board with Joe now. See what he's doing, there's a few faster cars in front of him actually. As Pines is giving up. No, so I think it's Joe actually.
The Elephant goes first.
That is a cracking lap from Mint Elephant there.
Look how close that is between.
That is a perfect sector 2 from Joe. So Joe looks to maybe here actually get pole ahead of Carsey. As Jacob goes P6, Demodan goes P4. Pines into bits, Carsey sets a 122 dead, I knew he was up on his time.
Kiwi.
See Joe goes provisional pole so far. And unless like Matty or something can beat it, he's currently 3 tenths up on his time.
Right up P3.
And Arrows goes P12, can't improve there. Matty, Jobber and Timpo, the only people on track who can possibly beat it. Matty's set with P9, and Jobber's into the pits. So Joe F1 has beat Carsey and is taking pole position there.
Bolton, just look how close the time is.
Oh my lord, Oh my god. I've just seen that. Oh my lord. 2,000ths of a second. And to be fair, there's only 24 thousandths between Joe and Carson. So there is 26 thousandths between P3 and P1. That is insane. Obviously, that is extremely close right there. That is literally a quarter of a tenth, less than a quarter of a tenth between the podium places. So obviously that rounds up your short qualifying. We have there Joe F1 in the Williams in P1, Carty P2, BRT Brian, the Flying Dutchman, in P3, Kiwi in the AlphaTauri P4, Nicky P5, Elephant P6, Demo Dan of the McLaren P7, Pines P8, Matty P9, obviously both Hasses there, P8, P9, and Jacob rounding off the top 10 there. As we then see Eli, Meatball, Timple, Arrows, Hitman, Jobbo, Rage, and Callum, who is the only person not to set a time, as he DNF'd in P18. So, top 3 for me, I think it's going to be Carty, Brian, Joe. What about you? What about your podium finishes, do you reckon?
I think Carty will get the win. I think Kiwi could sneak a podium here, to be fair. He looks quite strong in qualifying. And then I think Brian will be up there as well. I hope Joe can get on the podium, but I think Kiwi's looking quite strong, to be fair.
Yep, obviously this is going to be...
For Kiwi, anyway.
Oh yeah, Kiwi. Considering he's a very washed driver, you've got to give him some credit. And that'll be about all the credit Kiwi gets for this session. So, Kiwi, welcome to the ball club. So obviously, this is dry right now, but it is apparently going to be going wet soon. So obviously, conditions completely flipped on its head. Strategy comes a lot into play right now, obviously, as I have been told. Obviously, I might be wrong, but I have been told it will be raining towards the middle, towards the end of the race. So, safety cars should probably happen. We saw 2 in Tier 2. So we'll see how many we see in Tier 1. I have a feeling Carty's almost like the spider of IFC.
Carty's got a wet setup.
Carty's got a wet... Oh, true, to be fair. As I will scroll down now, we'll see the tyre compounds.
Timple's got a wet setup.
Nicky is the only person on the hard. Everyone else is on the medium, so that's very interesting there. If it is going to be wet later on, Nicky's obviously going to be looking at a 1-stop max, whereas the rest of him might be looking at a 2-stop.
Possibly, I'm not too sure really what tyre there's around here, I'll be honest with you.
Tyre around here, I'm not too sure. I just know the softs are awful all around for tyre wear. Like, no matter what track you're on, 5 laps to death. So we'll see how obviously this happens now. So I do think, to be fair, Carty's going to dominate. I feel like Ryan... I could... You know what? I'll let Kiwi in a bit. I'm going to say Carty, Brian, Kiwi. That's going to be my top 3. I think Joe, he's going to bottle it. Apologies, Joe. I don't actually know you at all. I don't know how you drive. I don't think you drove last week. So I could be basing this on absolutely nothing.
Just before the race, can we just say welcome to the 2 McLarens of IFC as well. We have Team Equal, who's driving in this one, and Taylor Box as well.
Of course. We'll see how they do.
Quite looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table to the admin team, obviously. I've been in the admin team since season 1 really of IFC. Arrows has, Hayden has, Nifty has, and Maka, so quite a few of us have been around since the start, so...
Obviously seasoned veterans of IFC, I like to think.
Obviously Arrows is trying something, and if it goes well...
Yep.
And, well, not if it goes well, so to say, because it is Arrows trying it, but if it does go better,
Joe has messed up his grid slot, and so has a few others.
race on PC myself.
So obviously, we will ride on board with Joe. What's it there? So we got 2 red lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. So we see now as Joe gets a decent start ahead of Carthy. To be fair, Carthy obviously says he's got a wet setup, might lose a bit of time at the start. As we see Kiwi lose a lot of places down to P7, Tim pull up into P8, Eli down to P9. There's a lot of contact. Someone's gone round already. And that is Matty who's gone round. As we see Joe up on his time onto car C, obviously 5 tenths up and growing. Brian into P3, Nicky P4, so it's like P2, P4 for the Ferraris. Then we're down to P5. We have a safety car already. That is obviously Matty's lost a lot of time there. Eli's lost a lot of places. Callum's gone up 2. Jobbo's gone down a fair few as well. He started P11. And then obviously Kiwi, big loser, was P4, now P7. Not lost too many places, but that will hinder him. Nicky though, on the harder compound tyres, up into P4.
So something must have happened between Kiwi and Temple by the looks of it.
Has it?
And I think Matty must have been involved in that incident as well.
Must have been. I know there was like, I think with Matty, I think that was him and Eli. There was like 3 or 4 cars going. I literally saw a glimpse of it.
Not from what Kiwi said.
Was it not?
In general.
I'll have a look in the general now.
Yeah, so
I saw Eli go around. Kiwi's got a fry setup. I'll let you figure out what that means. Oh, and Timble's got a wet setup, so he's not very happy. Oh yeah, so Timble had apparently straight lined Matty and hit him. The RT rages tyres with 70 degrees apparently.
So Stuart is certainly going to have an interesting evening, so to speak.
Oh, of course. So obviously Matty and Eli's apparently on the intermediates. Interesting call to say the least. Don't know what Eli's thinking right there. He's thinking something. I've got no idea. Obviously Matty now onto the soft, the first soft compound tyres we've seen for this race. So Jobbo and Callum have gone back onto the hards. So quite a bit of field spread at the minute, just waiting for everyone to come back up. See what.
Just want to find out if it's raining this time first.
Yes. Obviously, there's dark clouds.
It's a very early call.
I've not seen any rain at all so far. There's dark clouds to say the least. There's no rain. Oh, there's 10 minutes of rain inbound in 10 minutes. So yeah, so that is very early from Eli if he's 10 minutes.
Maybe Eli's expecting a safety car before the rain comes.
Oh, I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't think there will be another safety car. Well, for this little
Callum and
few
Jobbo
minutes
both
anyway.
gone on to hard.
I don't think hard. If it's raining 10 minutes, personally, I think Matty smashed it with the softs. I think the softs are the best shout if it's raining 10 minutes. Because I feel like the hard, no way at all, because you're going to have to pit. By the time you get a little bit of wear into them for them to be optimal, you're going to be pitted again. If you stayed on the mediums, that's probably one of the best. I feel like Matty on the softs is a very bold decision, because he's the only one on their softs. It's also a very smart decision. Eli.
I think he is, isn't he?
Yep. Mint Elephant has gone on to the hards, as Eli is back in the pits again. So he might not have wanted to put the things on. He's onto the mediums now.
I'll guess what Eli's done.
What?
That is a smart move by Eli.
I've got no idea what he's done, to be honest.
No, it's not actually, because he has to use 2 dry compounds. Ignore me. Ignore me, I thought he'd put it, switch on to it, and then put it and restart, but he wouldn't have, because it has to be 2 dry compounds, don't it, I believe, so.
No, it doesn't. It's just 2 tyres. I'm not, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Eli could pull off the master start then.
So obviously, I think personally Matty smashed that there, to be honest. Obviously he's quite far down, he has been very unlucky, but I think the softs are the best tyres for up until the rain. When the rain starts, there will be more grip on the softs.
So looking at the positions at the moment, Mint Elephant has been the biggest loser at the start of this race. We've got 10 positions lost. Then Elop's lost 7 and Matty has lost 6.
Timple's
The
gained
biggest
7.
gainer is Temple, yeah, it's 7, and then Rage and Hitman both going 5. Callum's served 2 pit stops as well.
Obviously, safety cars should be coming in next lap. And the more laps under the safety car, I think the better this is for Matty. Obviously the softs aren't getting too much wear and being the faster compound tyres.
What I like to see is the fact that there's still 18 drivers left in this race. Every driver who started is still in. Because a lot of the top league race, you do get at least one person out at the start of the race. Because there's a lot of, what's the word? Is it? Would you say hotheads who?
Oh, of course.
Just don't give a damn in turn 1.
So I was just waiting for Bert Marlander to pack it in and get into the pits.
These, obviously IFC, BRT,
BBC.
don't really see too much of that. BBC and BRT. To be fair, we've got a good relationship with BBC over here in IFC, so.
BBC, IFC, 2 goated leagues. 2 not so goated owners, Arrows and Kiwi. Considering their owners aren't very good at racing. Down there,
They have to
3-7,
they have to give it to the 4, don't they?
Like, personally, I think whoever wins Tier 1 IFC gets to own IFC, and whoever wins Tier 1 BBC gets to own BBC, I think, personally. Great shout. If anyone disagrees with me, wrong.
Looking at it, could it be the same person who wins both tiers? Because a lot of people that race in Tier 1 BBC are also racing here.
As we see the safety car coming in now, Joe is closing up the field. As Carsey looks to try and pull back to Verstappen. Yep. As we see how this happens, as he gets a very good exit. Carsey doesn't get an exit.
That was a good launch from
Joe. It's very well. As we see Nicky closing in on Brian. Can we make anything happen here? And we are too wide. As Carsey looks to get in second bite of the cherry onto Ryan. And he can't make it happen. Obviously we've got a Ferrari 3-4 as it stands. Temple.
That setup.
Yep. There's a few Wi-Fi glitches right now as people are deciding to have a sexual intercourse on the track. That is currently Temple and Demo down. Oh, and Nicky has spun. Nicky has spun. That's not great for him at all. Matty's gaining a lot of places there. He's got this P12 on those soft tyres. As we see Temple gaining on Demo down. See what is going to happen here. Never mind. Kiwi is up 1 position into P6. Jacob looks to make a move on Meatball. Jacob's all over the back of Meatball. We see the Mercedes onto the Aston Martin as Nicky has a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What on earth is he even doing there? Jacob doesn't get the best exit. Matty sets the fastest lap, obviously, as it looks to be making a move on Arrows, and he does make that happen. Very easily. And now he's got Rage. So I personally think this is a really smart move from here. And Nicky has retired in the pits, he's given up. I don't blame him. He got 10-second penalty and then a 5-second penalty. And in BBC, you're not coming back from that.
Yeah, but obviously,
IFC Tier 1, sorry. I had to
BBC, you could come back from that because every position pays for it.
Good point, that is a very good point.
Obviously, we're not in BBC this month.
Yeah, I don't know why I said BBC. As we see, Rage very close, but Matty's also very close to Rage. Leave on Matty for a couple of minutes as we think he could get some good point positions here.
Well.
What was that? Oh yeah, he also arrows on a straight, yeah. Yeah, as Rage goes wide there. Rage goes wide, Matty goes to go down the inside of Rage. Looks to make it stick, Rage doesn't even fight him. Gives that position, which I think it's not worth it. As he seems to be very cutting through the field right now. Seems to be very well. DRS is now enabled. Obviously, for some of these people, it will not be enabled this corner. We obviously wait all the way around for the next next lap, sorry, for the rest of him. That's the only DRS enabled part of the track. Someone's gone round there, and that is Kiwi's gone round. That is very, very unlucky for Kiwi. As I said, the bottles, that is not good for him at all. As he loses a lot of positions there. Matty's now up into P9, as there is a 4-car battle ahead of him, of him, Meatball, Hitman and Jacob.
Look at
Matty has redeemed track fact. Here's a track fact for you, it's quite a depressing one. This is a track where Ayrton Senna sadly passed away. Obviously meaning the race got cancelled for a good few years. As we see Matty try to make a move onto Meatball, can't make it stick. So you see I'm getting another bite of the cherry here. As he tries to go down the inside of Meatball, obviously we'll now be having to go around the outside. As Meatball comes on the inside of that corner, can he make it stick? He looks to be able to, and he's ahead. PIT Blank is the fastest lap so far, the 119.2. And Matty is now into P8 as Rage manages to overtake Meatball as well, so Meatball's lost 2 positions there, and that is really, really unlucky from him.
Matty's still looking good on these sorts of
flying.
6 laps.
He is flying.
The
And those
clouds
are very dark, and this is why I think this is a master stroke. This is such a great idea for Matty, because they're still very sort of very grippy as it looks like really, but Cody's might have fixed that. As well, Eli on the fastest tyres as well, setting a 118.8. Pines is currently pitted onto the soft, but the wide still not really. I think he might have spun or something. As we see Hitman.
First 3 seconds of the reds.
Hitman looks to be closing in onto Jacob. 3/10 the difference between them two there. Now, if Matty could pull this off, still make a fair few overtakes, when the rain comes, he'll have a good amount of grip on those tyres, obviously with it being soft being the grippiest of the dry compounds for the rain. Brian's at 18.7, so Brian is flying on these medium compound tyres. But obviously, he is ahead of
He's got Temple. It looks like Temple could potentially lose out on 2 positions here, but
yeah, Hitman is right behind him.
Just wasn't left for Hitman. And then Matty got on Hitman as well.
Yep. So Hitman is closing in on Temple there again. We want to go around the inside. No, he doesn't want to go around the inside. He keeps it behind him, keeps it clean. As we see Matty closing in on these again. With DRS for the next lap, Matty will be looking very strong. They will take at least Hitman, maybe even Temple as well. We'll see how these go. Pine sets the fastest lap of 118.2 on this softer compound tyres. As Callum has retired, we'll see where he has. And he's died in the middle of the track.
Safety car.
Crashed out there. That's a safety car. So I think the safety car has come in the worst place now with a lot of these drivers. Like, because if it rains, everyone's putting on the safety car. So no one gets an advantage whatsoever. The clouds are looking ever so dark, so rain should be very, very imminent.
Then. Right is gone in, Meatball's gone in.
I think that's a bad idea, that. I don't think Rain and Meatball should have gone in. Obviously they are tier 1, so obviously they know what they're doing. But personally, I think that's a bad strategy move. I feel like there's no need to pit, because you're going to be pitting again.
They're going on the soft.
Onto soft.
Meatball the hards on.
Meatball on the hard, that is very, very stupid. I feel like he didn't mean that. Kiwi's on Inters.
Kiwi has got the Inters
so,
on.
He's obviously expecting the rain to start falling now, which it may very well do. As I haven't seen any spots of rain on my screen yet. Just seeing cloud.
Neither have I, but that sky is getting darker and darker.
And so's the one outside. God, so I wasn't outside. As Eli and Pines are now into the pits. So obviously Brian is our new leader. Carsey in P3. Matty again, P8. So that's very, very good for Matty. He's doing really well there. Eli and Pines now onto the Inters. So we now have 3 Inter runners of Kiwi, Eli and Pines. So if that works for them, which I feel like it's going to start raining now, this could be very, very smart.
The second car will be in before the rain, before the Inters will come into effect. I don't think it's the right time for it.
Callum has said, not gone very well for me, not gonna lie. Well mate, considering the second DNF and you P17, I've got to say you've had a shambles there, pal. An absolute shambles. So, we're just waiting for the safety car to come out. Obviously, we've got to wait another lap, which for the bottom 3 lads, all 3 on the Inters, great for them. And I'll see when rain starts to come. Oh yeah, yes.
I reckon he's got this on as well.
Alas, yeah, the
No,
track
he's
now
going soft.
onto softs. So rain is imminent apparently, according to Rage. If stop saying a time, so rain should be happening within the next few laps. So he's saying any minute now for rain, which could have been very, very smart from the 3 lads there, Kiwi, Eli and Pines, but could also be a little bit too
Not for job
early. Not for Jobbo at all. Anyone that's pitted right now for like obviously Meatball, Jobbo, I think that's not the best move at all. As we're starting to see some flicks of rain then, I've just started to see.
But then again, Ray did say he's one of them who's gone on to the start, so.
I've started to see one of the specks of rain on my screen.
Yeah, I'll continue now as well.
So, depending on what happens with these 2 drivers behind, now catching up onto the field, I think maybe the BRT lads, the BRT Kiwi, Eli and Pines, they're 2 laps too early, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But then again, the second car is staying out for another lap.
It is as well, so that could actually, this could have really, really worked in these 3 lads' favour. And I think personally now,
Brian's going.
oh no he's not.
Go for it then.
I think someone is though. I think I've just seen someone going for the bits.
Mint.
Yeah, Mint.
Right.
Rage, sorry, yes, so Rage really got lost out there. I think those lads are timed to perfection. Because I think everyone next lap is going to have to pit for Inters.
Yeah, you
Rage is
right.
onto the hards.
I think I might have had a selection problem there.
Looks like Rage has had a stinker there, yeah, he's typing. Yep, so Rage is spamming the group chat. I selected Inters. Rage is not very happy. He's going to have to pit again, which may mean the safety car stays out for another lap. Maybe, might not do, depending on how the game's feeling, to be honest. It just makes it things as it goes along, really. But Burt Mylander is the star of the show.
Catch up to these guys before the end of this lap. The safety car should come in this start.
Probably. So, Burt Mylander is currently the star of the show, driving ahead of everyone. He wants to win this race in the Aston Martin. So we'll see what happens, how long it takes for him to come in. As Joe and Timple both have penalties that will need sorting out.
I think we are going to be in.
Looks like it. Safety car in this lap, yes we are. So, it looks like those three lads of Kiwi, Eli and Pines have had a masterclass. And it could really help Kiwi's race as the rain is picking up.
Could Kiwi get an IFC
how
dub?
this happens.
Into the dub?
Maybe, you never know. It could very well be possible, as the track looks to be starting to get a lot wetter, especially in that final sector. We'll see how many people pit. Brian just took it right to the line there, so we're going to see quite well. We'll see how he does, as Joe is right on the behind him. We'll see what happens with Joe. Obviously, the track is going to be very slippy. Demolition Dan comes right ahead of Carsey, as Timple makes a move on Matty. Pine's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Now looks like that may get removed, as Matty is round. Timple, Kiwi's up into P11. He's made the move on, he made a double overtake right here. Can he get that done? It looks like he's got that double overtake done. Maybe. And he has. So it looks like these inters are actually coming out to life, really. As he managed to overtake soft compound tyres and the hards. As we come back on, we'll have a look. Meatball is behind Jobbo and in front of Eli. Obviously Eli's on the inters as well. Kiwi, when everyone pits, Kiwi's gonna take pole here. Gonna take P1 so far. Everyone will have to pit 4 inters eventually. And there's not enough of a gap by any means for Kiwi to sort of lose time. So Kiwi's going to be ahead by like 10 seconds here. Obviously when the race, everyone comes in, as obviously Brian
People going in. Brian's in.
So Brian's in, Demodan's in. So this is very great for Kiwi. We'll see where he's going to be now. As Kiwi overtakes Arrows. Arrows obviously on the mediums. The inters really so much faster than everyone else now. So we'll see.
It is into time.
It is into time, baby. We'll see where Kiwi does come out. Obviously, 4 cars ahead of them need to pit.
However, literally not been disabled yet.
I think it'll get disabled like 2-3 laps, I reckon. As we see.
I reckon we can get disabled this lap looking our way. Here at the moment.
True, yeah, good point actually. Kiwi now into P4. There's a lot of rain coming down now, a lot of puddles. Will we see, maybe, if it rains absolutely awful towards the end of the race, some wet tyres? I doubt it, but you can hope as Kiwi spins it. He was doing so well, he's too fast on the throttle there. He will not be happy at all. It was going so well for him. As Eli is now into P5, Eli is going to be leading this race at some point when the rest of these front runners pit.
Jolie's is back in there.
So we'll see when these pit now. 5 seconds, as Jobbo is decided not to pit, which I think is very stupid from Jobbo.
The RS enabled.
So it wasn't enabled first because of thingy. It has to get enabled before it gets disabled, sorry. So it'll probably get disabled at the end of this lap. Obviously because it's 2 laps off of the safety car. As we see, Eli and Pines are going to be leading this race. That is a masterclass there. Eli is really managed to pull it out the bag. Obviously, Kiwi extremely lucky there. Kiwi's onto the hards. Kiwi's been extremely lucky there. I think the game has ruined him there. DRS has obviously now been disabled. Kiwi has got to do a full lap of the track on the hard compound tyres. So that is going to be really unlucky there for Kiwi. He's been shafted so hard. As we see Matty on the mediums, so he's obviously pitted for drier compound tyres as well. Are we seeing a little bit of a bug here for some of the drivers, where it's just putting dries on instead of wet compound tyre. Obviously, it
Right,
happened to
that's two
Rage.
issues there.
Let's see. It happened to Rage. It looked like it's happened to Matty. Now it looks like it's happened to Kiwi. As we see, these 4 drivers, Eli and Pines, are going to be ahead by over 10 seconds to the rest of the field.
Meanwhile, is staying out. Right, he's in. Arrows is stayed out.
Interesting from these drivers.
All you're thinking behind this is Arrows has possibly stayed out to allow Kiwi to box.
Maybe. Either that, or some of the drivers think that the rain is going to stop soon. I don't think it was.
Oh, Arrows gets a bit twitchy there. So.
I'm going to ask the lads and see if...
Oh, Meatball! Meatball's out!
Oh, and it was spun. Well, we'll see where he has spun, because I'm currently missed that. He's down on the side there, yes, yeah. He's binned it into the wall. And Arrows just lost out as well, so Arrows is losing out massively to everyone ahead of him. Kiwi is waiting to pit. Kiwi just decided not to pit. There's a safety car now.
Got safety car.
Obviously for there.
This come back. This really is to help Kiwi then.
This could really help Arrows as well, obviously. Safety car.
What is this pit?
Everyone else.
You see Pines going on to the wets.
Surely not the wet. Maybe though. We'll soon find out. Arrows decided to pit.
He's going into again. He's got front wing.
Again. Oh, he's lost his front wing there.
Ah,
so
no, he was serving.
Oh, he's serving a penalty. So Kiwi's... Oh no, so Kiwi had a spawn.
Arrows has gone on hard.
Arrows onto this. Yeah, so it must be a weird glitch that's happening for a lot of the drivers there. As, what's it called? Kiwi has put in the chat that his controller's DC and it's made him turn left on a straight. So his controller's really stiffed him over there. As Eli was ahead by over 17 seconds, now the field will bunch up. I feel like the safety car has really hindered Eli. I feel like Eli does not have anywhere near the pace, no disrespect to him, like. It's like he doesn't have anywhere near the pace of some of these other drivers, like Cast, like Ryan, like Joe, like even Kiwi, or Demo Dan. So I think the safety car has really ruined sort of his race, knowing that everyone's going to be really close to him. And obviously, there's going to be a lot. Yep, Eli is currently crying in the chat because of the...
Come on, you're in there after BBC, you know how it is.
Yeah, he's always crying to be fair. That man could cry the River Thames. So let's see what happens now. We are just under halfway through this race.
I'm just sitting here wondering why Arrows, Kiwi and Matty have stayed. On the slick tyres.
No idea.
Arrows going in now.
Yep. So Arrows, Matty and Kiwi will 100% have to pit. It looks to me like, obviously someone said it doesn't think so, but it looks to me like it's starting to dry up a little bit.
I'm just
in Sector 3. Sector 3 looks like it's going to stop raining, whereas Sector 1 and Sector 2 look to be still a bit grim. A little bit dark. Sector 3 looks really bright. Like it's near enough stopped raining in Sector 3.
Matthew's gone on stopped.
I feel like it's going to dry. Obviously, some of the BBC drivers... Yeah, I keep saying BBC, God, what's wrong with me? some of the IFC drivers are saying they don't think it's going to stop raining, but I think it will. Matty's onto soft. Matty is going for every compound possible. Matty's putting in the wets in a minute.
As Matt would say, this is our plan. You know who Matt is, Bob?
Rage is he's an AlphaTauri driver for BBC. He's in BBC race.
Yeah, he's my teammate in BBC.
Oh, is it? Oh, God, yeah, he is, isn't he? No. I'm as daft as anything. Obviously, Rage has DNF, so we'll see where he is. I think that's in sector 3. So, safety car is going to be out for even longer now.
It was Jobbo's Wi-Fi.
Has it?
Apparently Jobbo lasted backwards into Rage. Oh, that is a bit dangerous where Rage's car is.
Yep. So, hopefully it is ghosted so it doesn't actually kill anyone. And I think it should be. Obviously, the longer this stays out, the more chance for the track to dry, really. So obviously, Matty, I don't know why on earth, doing his own little thing, really. We'll see if he pits now. Obviously, he's into the gravel, having to go very, very slowly. Surely he's got a pit now. And he stays out. Matty's on some really weird strategy right now. Like, Matty's strategist is an Ferrari strategist, 100%. No way it can't be. So obviously Eli is still very helpful. This is still helping Eli out. Oh, as Eli snaps his hand a little bit there. As the more laps into the safety car, the better this is for the lap. As we have 12 laps left, I'm pretty sure. Safety car is in his lap. So obviously this is not going to help lads at the back at all, Kiwi and Matty. We'll see how Eli does. If he gets a good restart, or whether Brian and Carsey can overtake him. So currently 4 drivers out, 14 drivers left. Kiwi bottom of the pack. We put Kiwi for a podium. He's done this on purpose.
Eli's gone.
Eli has gone already. So he's got a good exit, but I think Brian's also got a very good exit. Better than Carsey, he's gapping Carsey currently.
Demo Dan's getting Carsey.
Demo Dan with his second great safety car restart. He did the exact same thing with the last one. So maybe Carsey's just struggling with these restarts. But he might be able to get a double overtake and get Brian as well. And he just can't make it happen. That would be really good if he could have made that happen. Obviously Carsey's right behind him now as well. As Timple looks over the job out.
I think Demo Dan could outside bet to win this race.
It very well possibly happen. As Demo Dan and Carsey are currently trying to battle each other. Timple manages to overtake his teammate Jobbo.
And it's Williams top 6 at the moment.
You'd love to see it. Obviously we'll see now. Brian is currently in sort of in no man's land, obviously. The big gap between him and Eli, obviously even though they're all within a second. As RL Hitman, Joe gets a very big snap. Jacob will want to try and capitalise on that. Can we see him maybe overtake him soon? No, he can't make it happen, and he's slowly sort of pulling away from him. Carsey obviously in P4, outside the podium positions. Not very happy at all. Oh, and Joe has lost the position to Jacob. So it's not very fun for Joe. Joe, who started on pole, should be leading this race, realistically. It's going to P7 as Demo Dan has some contact and has lost some places. RL Hitman is slid in between them both. Joe lost out to Pine and an Elephant there. Looks like he had a little bit of a snap. As Demo Dan lost out in 2 places as well. Obviously, Brian closing in on Eli. Should look to see a move soon from him. However, Eli is currently 2 seconds ahead of Carsey. Carsey again is slowly closing in. Carsey's wet setup should be proving quite useful here as he's closing that gap. So, a very interesting race so far. Our podium prediction of Carsey, Brian, Kiwi through the window. Well, maybe it's not Carsey and Brian, but definitely for Kiwi. As Brian gets a decent exit there. Can he get Eli on this straight? He's doing very well. Considering he's a tier 2 driver, and a lot of these are faster than him. Like, he's doing very, very well. He's coping with the stress, like, quite a lot. Which is very ironic considering with Eli. Eli doesn't really cope well with stress. So, doing very well from fair play to him. As Brian is slowly closing the gap on him. There is now a 2-second gap between Carsey and Dan. As Joe is making a move on Pines. Joe makes the move on Pines, but Pines come back. They are side by side here. Coming into his turn. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Pines has to get the position up, I think. But Pines is now going a bit wide, and that means Temple has now gone ahead of Pines. So Pines lost out with 2 positions there. Can he go down the inside? He can't go down the inside, otherwise there'd be a lot of contact there. And
Brian
Joe,
all over the back
very well.
now.
Oh, he is as well. So obviously, Brian is... Carsey's closing as well, to be fair. The more these two fight, the better it is for Carsey. As Eli has a little bit of a spin there. Takes a lot of curve, and Brian gets a very good exit. It's undeniably a lot better exit than Eli. Eli doesn't have a lot of ERS left at all, so he's in a lot of trouble. He plants it in the middle of the track, goes to the inside. Can Brian overtake round the outside? He looks to get the move, does. Eli's down the inside, can he make it happen? No. Ooh, he's lost a lot of time there, Eli, but Brian does make the move happen.
You've got 2 of the biggest stresses coming.
It's crazy. As Carsey now in the within the pack as well now. Gets a good exit in comparison to Eli.
Hoping that Eli can hold Carsey while he's holding him up.
Oh, of course. But it looks like he can't get a bad exit Eli. Can Carsey make a move happen here? Looks like he can. Eli wants to stick with him. Goes very wide, very deep. And can't make it happen. So obviously Carsey is now right behind Brian. 1.2 seconds behind. But Eli is still in the points. A second ahead of
Who's that? Is that Arrows?
Pitman. Arrows. It looks like it's Pines. Oh no. Arrows.
Got safety
yeah.
car.
Arrows. We got safety car for some reason. Oh, Kiwi looks to spot again. Maybe, I think. I'm not quite sure actually. But Matty is still on the softs. Fair play to the left. And I don't know if it's me, but it's going dry again. It's starting to get a lot drier.
Yeah.
Brian's in. Eli's in.
well.
Carsey stayed out. It's gone dry again. The track is clearing up. So if this works for Matty, this could have been a massive plan, as they're going on to dries again. But obviously, under the safety car, not going to help Matty too much, as he will still probably be last.
I think it's actually stopped raining now as well.
It has.
No, it hasn't.
I think it stopped in sector 1. It's 100%. No, sector 3. Ooh, I don't know. Sector 3 it stopped.
Sector 2 is raining.
So obviously we'll run on board with Carsey, as we are in sector 2 right now. But for sector 2 it's raining ever so slightly. But sector 1, sector 3, that whole straight section down there, that is dry. Well, not fully dry, but it's stopped raining. Matty has pitted.
Matty pits. What Matty gone to the inters now?
Haha, it'd be so funny if he did. Obviously the 4 front runners are now all on inters. Carsey, Hitman, Joe and
stopped off.
8 laps to go. Cars are Hitman Joe and
I
Tim,
think
you
Brian,
have to pick.
I think Brian's possibly won this race.
I think Carty has done. I don't know what the top 4 are thinking. Because they're all closing on him now. They have
It's
to
the
pick.
rains. It's true.
Honestly, I might be being a bit blind, but I can't see any more rain. I think it's stopped properly now. As Kazi pits, Hitman pits, Joe pits, and Timple pits. Well, those 4 have locked out massively. Don't know why. So Brian is leading. Eli in second, obviously on the medium, but there are loads of drivers behind him on the softs. So
they've gone up to the hards then.
yeah, so everyone's on to soft except for Eli, who's on the mediums. Another ballsy strategy from him, but will it pay off? I don't think it will, because those softs lasted very well from 7 laps old, 7-8 laps old. They did quite well. So I don't think Eli has made the best decision there. Especially considering the safety car will probably be out for 2 more laps. I think as well. I don't think the safety car will be in this lap, I think it'll be in the next lap. So, very interesting decision there. Obviously, the Arrows in P6 doing quite well. Kiwi now back into P8. So he's come up a lot. He's had a very up and down race, Kiwi. He's leading the race, he went down to P16, he crashed. Obviously, very unlucky. As we see, safety car isn't coming in this lap.
Managed to shift his way back to a top 10.
So if the safety car isn't coming in this lap, we've got to wait until the next lap for it to come in. As Carsey's now into P11. Carsey made Joe in, Timple's jumped Carsey. And so is Hitman. So obviously...
Carsey had forced 10%.
Oh, that makes sense, fair enough, my bad. But obviously, the more time under the safety car, I think the worse this is now for Eli. As obviously the softs are not going to be getting as much wear. There's going to be 5 laps left of the race from when the safety car comes in. 5 laps, the softs are going to be raring to go. And I think personally, Eli could drop down a few places, but I think it's also, I think Brian's won this, unless we see again, like we said, Demo Dan as an outsider coming in, trying to make that work, could very well make that happen if he gets Eli very quickly on the restart, which he has been doing recently, twice on Carson. Kiwi for a podium in P7, I'm not too sure about that. Obviously both the AlphaTauri lads in P6 and P7 there.
You look though, there's 3 people definitely who can split that in front of him.
True. Jacob has 8 laps of extra fuel. Mate, you could literally fuel your trip to Africa for that now. Like, literally. So
you could fuel a trip to you then, Bob?
Oh, of course. I live in Nepal, 100%. So, meet me and my African kids. So, obviously, it's safety car in this lap now. As Brian, PRT Brian, will be leading the pack. Let's see how he does. Can he be WRT Warrior, or can he be LRT Lion? We'll soon find out. I've never seen that game, that was absolutely awful. Oh well.
It was, yeah.
That was absolutely abysmal. I apologise for that. Oh my days. So it's near enough. Track is near fully dry now. And we'll see. I'm going to ride on board with Demo Dan. I'll be curious to see how he does on this restart. If he can get Eli, and he looks to be getting very, very close to Eli already. Maybe double overtake. Can he get Eli? Eli wants to try and get Brian, but Eli can't make it happen. Slows Demodan down, and Demodan takes a lot of curb there and loses a fair bit of time.
Obviously,
Arrows has as well, so Kiwi's obviously into P6. Over to Arrows there, he's just got Jobbo, Jacob, Demodan, Eli, and Brian ahead of him. Matthew's got 3 seconds, that is not great for him at all. He's in P14. As Joe's overtaken Bin Elephant there. And Timple looks to try and make a move on Hitman. But we can see that happen, we will soon find out. As Arrows also is on the back of Pine, it's very, very close. A lot of action here right now. Joe's overtaken Bin Elephant.
Eli runs wide.
Eli runs very wide. Demodan. He's going to want to try and make a move there, but he can't. Matthew's left. Obviously, he'll be in his AI. There's 5 laps to go. Still so much going to happen in this race. He can still. So obviously, very, very interesting. Find out how this goes. Demodan may have spun Eli around there. Oh, I don't think Demodan could have done much there, to be honest. As Jacob is side by side with him, gets a better exit obviously after what happened with Eli just then, but Eli won't be happy. There's a little bit of contact there with Demodan, and Jacob can't make the move happen. So Demodan is now second, and Brian closing in for because Brian got a bit slow there. Demodan is getting closing on Brian so much. Kiwi's into P5. Kiwi is 2 positions ahead of him, extremely close. So Kiwi with the podium, we can very well see stuff. As Demodan is closing in on Brian by the minute. He was a second ahead. He was a second behind. He's now 8-10.
Is that Carsey's?
I think Carsey's. Was he? Yours as well.
Carsey's got those good wins.
So that's not looking good for Carsey. It's been a disaster race for Carsey. But Kiwi maybe looks to be making a move on Jobbo. Obviously, Pine's right behind him, Jobbo right ahead of him. The one thing to make something happen. ERS is going to be enabled next lap, I'm pretty sure. The lap after, what would I say? As we look round now, see, get a decent exit. Can he make a better exit than Jobbo? There's a lot of curve there. Does, to be fair, still gets a good exit. DRS is now enabled this lap. There's going to be a massive, like 7-8 car DRS train. As Kiwi looks to try and make a move on Jobbo, he's closing in on him. But Demodan is also closing on Brian. So with 4 laps of DRS, we can very well see Demodan lead this race and win. Carsey's DNF.
Carsey's out.
Carsey has crashed. Will they do a safety car? Was that in the pits?
That was in the pits. Carsey's been both in the pits.
So Carsey has given up. That is not a good race for Ferrari. After they had quite a good race last week as well. Brian is still closing in. Oh, obviously Brian and Demodan, sorry, now it's a bit of a stalemate. Can't get lower than 7/10. But with this ERS, DRS, sorry, very much make a few moves.
Kiwi's over
into P4. They overtook Jobbo and he's overtook Pines. Jobbo looks to have spun. So there's Kiwi now only a second behind Jacob. If he can get within the DRS, he could maybe try and make a move. He's not got DRS so far. He might not do, to be honest. It looks like he hasn't. He stayed over a second, so he won't get DRS. Whereas Jacob will get DRS on Demodan. So this could really hinder Kiwi. As he doesn't, and Jacob doesn't get DRS either. So that's really, really saved Kiwi there. As Demodan is closing in more and more on Brian. 2 laps to go after this.
Demodan gets a poor exit there.
And he's now a second behind him. All that work, he was 5 cents behind him. He's now a second behind Brian. Brian has been saved there. As we'll see what can happen. Pines is looking on the back of Kiwi. Kiwi's going to have to worry about Pines rather than try to overtake Jacob. It looks like really Kiwi can't really get this podium. Arrow's also gaining, so there's going to be a massive DRS train here. And we're going to look for an absolute chaotic end to this race. As Brian is coming into his few corners and then he'll be into his penultimate lap. Obviously Demodan will get DRS, maybe not. He's within that second mark. He's dashing all over the place. He's in and then he's out. He's doing the whole pokey, but he just needs to turn around.
He's in. I think.
He's in now.
I think
It's
he might
8
have
seconds
just well got
time.
it.
Looks like he might have done well. Yeah, he's got
He's
it
got
as well.
it.
And Jacob
Jacob.
doesn't either. Kiwi doesn't, so obviously it's just literally just between Demo Dan and Brian now. Can he make something happen? Brian obviously with no DRS. But obviously Demo Dan doesn't have that much ERS either compared to Brian. They are 8/10 different. We are on the penultimate lap here. This is a very, very intriguing race. Obviously we'll see what can be done. Demo Dan just wishing Brian gets a penalty. Obviously there's still time. We'll see if anyone does. Obviously as it looked like Temple got one there. Might be wrong though. No, it's not. I'm blind. It was Joe F1, I'm pretty sure. That just got a 3-second penalty. Now Demo Dan is within 8/10 of a second. Can anything happen here? Arrows is up on Hitman. And Pines is very, very close to Kiwi. So we'll see what can happen here. Arrows overtakes Pines. So we currently have an AlphaTauri 4-5. So that is very good for the AlphaTauri boys, to be fair. Looks like Demo Dan can't make it happen on Brian. Obviously he's still within the DRS range. It is now or never for Demo Dan as we ride on board with him now. ERS activated, DRS activated, Brian's ERS is activated. As we see around now, he's getting closer, but he can't get closer to make a move on him. He's 5/10 behind. He's going to be desperate to try and make a move, but it looks like he can't make anything happen as we are around the end of Sector 1 here, but he's gained on him. But he didn't get the best exit there. Brian got a better exit as we are still within the 5/10. Brian gets a better exit there again. No, he doesn't. Demo Dan gets a better exit. Danny's gained on him. It's 4/10, 3/10. We are going in for a stellar ending here as we are coming round to the end of Sector 2. Literally just like 6 more corners to go, really. Mint Elephant. Oh, and Demo Dan's spun it. Demo Dan's done. You can't make it happen now unless Brian spins. Joe gets the fastest lap so far. I don't think that can get beaten. But Demo Dan is now out of the second gap as Kiwi looks to maybe try and make a move on Jacob, but he's too far away for it to happen. There is no one that can make a move now. There is 2 corners to go for Brian in the Mercedes. He will be absolutely buzzing. He should take the lead of the championship after this as he comes through the checker flag and takes
it's Mercedes 1-3.
P1. It's a Mercedes 1-3. Brian, Demo Dan and Jacob make up your podium, followed by Kiwi, then Arrows. Mint Elephant coming round now, obviously with a penalty, so Hitman should overtake him. He does, so Hitman is into P6, Mint Elephant P7, Pines P8, and then Eli, Matty, Joe and Jobbo coming finishing off your drivers. So obviously we'll wait for these
I
to
haven't
come
got
out
the
now.
top 3 for the Boltons. Don't suppose
That
anything more going.
Was amazing.
Dan.
Demo Dan has joined. Hopefully Brian can join since Brian has won the race. Fingers crossed. Include your audio, lads. Oh, it's all lad even.
I've only got Dan here.
Only got Dan so far. Hello. Joseph
Here he is, our resident tier 3 commentator.
So, just waiting now. Jobbo to come round the final 2 corners. Corner 1 done, corner 2 done. He comes round now and he spins and he literally spins on the straight. He's not having a fun lap, not having a fun race at all. Jobbo is the last of the finishers. He's making everyone wait here. Oh, it's so disrespectful for me. He's going as slow as possible, taking his time as he spins again. Oh my days.
And he's going to get lapped by Brian Day on his...
He's going to get lapped by an AI. No, he doesn't.
No,
he spins it again. Checkered flag. And that is your race over. Brian with a stellar performance. Same for Jobbo P2. You're so close. Arrows getting the driver of the day. See if I can get Jacob and Brian to join.
Dun, 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 dun. Whilst we're waiting, you want to get started on demo down bottom?
Yep, so Dan, obviously, you were closing in on Brian then, you got your P2, but you were very, very close, literally just out of your grasp. P1, how are you feeling, pal?
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't expect to get P2, but I was pushing quite a bit at the end, and I pushed a little bit too hard. Lost a little chance at the end of the race, but yeah, it was quite unexpected. And to the other drivers that I might have been in a little collision with, I'm sorry, I apologise. But yeah, it was a good fight throughout the race, and the safety cars were such a wind up.
So yeah, obviously, very unlucky there. Brian currently can't talk. Not sure about Jacob, but they're taking too long anyway. But you had an amazing race. Obviously, started P7, got P2. Obviously, very, very good. Great for the McLaren lads, obviously.
Yeah. Have you scrolled through the standings box? It's going to go up in 20 seconds.
I've scrolled through there now, yeah. So going through now, obviously. As you can see there, Brian, Demodan, Jacob, Kiwi, Arrows, Hitman, Elephant, Pines, Eli, Matty, Joe, Jobbo, Timple, Cassie, Rage, Meatball, Callum, and Nicky. So there you are. For anyone that wants to take a picture of that, there you go. And that is it. So obviously, thank you, Demodan, for giving us a very exciting race. Obviously, thanks to the rest of the Tier 1 lads. Just pipped to the post very slightly, but obviously, we'll see what the stewards say about anything else. But well done, lad. You had a massive race.
Thank you. Thank you for commentating.
No problem. Thank you everyone for watching, and never know, might see you next week as well.